Should we do it?
Let's do it, baby.
You gonna intro us like a good little kitten?
Let's do it. Hey, guys. Welcome into another episode of Too Much Intimacy. I'm Jester, she's Phoebe, and we're your favorite pillow talk couple.
I'm Phoebe number 2.
Phoebe number 2?
Yeah, I murdered Phoebe number 1.
And you stole her hair?
And I stole your hair.
You stole my hair, that's right. I went to the Dutchess County, what's it called? The Dutchess County Fair with this wig on. And I convinced everybody that it was my real hair. Not quite.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It was.
You
So this is episode 21, isn't it, Phoebes?
It's 21. Your lucky number.
Episode 21, take 2.
I guess your lucky number wasn't too lucky.
It was
if
an
you
unlucky
consider that
number.
it broke our old SD card.
Yeah, our old SD card no longer. So, like, we have the video, but the audio is trapped in an SD card, and we can't get it off.
Oh, well.
Oh, well.
Guess it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's on your mind?
That it's been a while since we have recorded and put out an episode.
We have recorded an episode much more recently than we've put one out.
Yeah. Anyway, I think I just wanted to say, hey, we're back.
We're back, bitches.
Sorry for the quiet.
Yeah.
We've been riding our lives pretty hard.
It's been a pretty crazy summer.
Well, it's not summer anymore. Where are we?
It is officially autumn.
It's officially almost the end of September.
Yeah.
No, we're in the
It
20s of September.
We're in the 20s of September.
And I feel like I thought that when fall came, things were going to like really slow down. But I feel like the momentum from summer just like shot us through
Yeah, we're going
to the
through.
middle of September.
How I've been thinking of it is I feel like the move from summer to fall is giving me the opportunity to restructure my schedule. So it's kind of like back to school energy. I'm still shot out of a cannon. I'm still going crazy, but I can structure because this, at least for me, the stuff that was driving me crazy is kind of like falling into place. Like some things at work are falling into place, and I feel like I have the opportunity now to rebuild my fall, calendar. Because I think we were doing this pretty consistently in the winter and the spring.
Yeah, we were.
And then it was kind of like when summer got wild, we just couldn't keep it up.
Yeah.
And that happens sometimes.
Yeah, it happens. I have missed having our like regularly scheduled,
Me too.
I have missed being in our rhythm a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I realized that I like have this story a little bit with the podcast, like an internal story that we're like documenting our life for like our future selves that don't remember things as good.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm already to the age where like I feel like I used to be able to remember everything that happened.
Yeah.
And I still remember a lot of things. Like, I still remember a lot of my childhood, which is great. But, like, now I'm to the age where, like, when I'm talking with Julia, my BFF from, like, when I first moved to New York.
Your BBFF.
What's BB?
Business.
Business and best friend?
Business and best friend.
Okay, nice. When she'll be, like, talking about something that we did in our, like, youth of, like, early days in the city, which was maybe, 12 years ago or something. Sometimes I won't know I won't remember what she's talking about.
I hate when that happens.
And then I'm like, oh, man, that used to never happen to me. And now, so I kind of have this feeling of, like, when we're going through our lives and, like, amazing stuff has happened or, like, we're hitting milestones, like, I feel like we hit like so many record highs or like first times, like experiences. I want to make sure that we remember them. And I think that's part of like what I feel like the podcast is like I'm documenting this for like I don't know.
Yeah.
Later on, I want to remember these
I
days.
like that. I really do like that because I have been at that place for a while, and yeah, I hate the feeling of not being able to remember a memory. Like you know it's a memory, and like your friends are being like, "Come on, dude, don't you remember that?" And you're like, I'm like, oh. I mean, you probably see this with me all the time. I think my memory has faded a little earlier than yours, but I am a couple years older than you, so I'm glad that it's happening to you too.
No,
Just kidding.
not nice.
No, but I think it is good to outsource our memory to YouTube and Spotify.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, it's nice to share memories with our friends who we don't get to see that often, our friends on the internet that we never see, and the faceless strangers that are tuning in. And we don't want you to be faceless. Go ahead and
No.
drop an emoji in the comments and let us know what's up.
Well, I want to say friends on the internet, I would correct you that we never see. I would say that we see less often.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there could be people on here watching that we've never met in person.
Or ever talked to?
It's possible.
Well, are they I don't mean to draw a line, but I'm like, are they a friend if we haven't talked to them yet?
Everybody's my friend.
Oh, that's nice.
I guess they might not be your friends, but everybody's my friend. I'm friends with all of humanity. They just don't know it
Well, if I don't know they exist,
yet. Are they your friends in theory?
they could be.
I like to live life assuming that I can befriend all 8 billion people on the planet.
Wow. That's a pretty high bar.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But it is who I am. So it explains a lot.
That does explain a lot. That does explain a lot. That sounds nice, babe. That sounds very like, I didn't realize you were so, I feel like it takes a lot of optimism to feel that way.
I have a lot of optimism.
You do.
I do.
I feel like I'm the optimistic one of the two of us.
But it depends on the moment, because I definitely do have I feel like you're a little more even keel than I am at the moment. I'm a little more, like up and down.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like I have a pretty strong and pure optimism. That's a big part of who I am.
Yeah. Yeah, so what are we gonna document today?
So I was mowing the lawn earlier,
Yeah.
and I got stoned and I mowed the lawn because that's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
And I was talking to myself.
Yeah, I heard you.
You did?
Of course I fucking heard you.
I mean, I thought the lawnmower would cover up the sound.
Oh my god.
Do you think our neighbors heard me?
Yeah, it's likely. If they were outside, for sure.
Oh, God.
I could hear you from inside.
How loud was I?
I don't know.
Did you catch what I was saying?
No, but I could just tell you were like being characters.
Yeah, I was. I was talking to myself.
Yeah, I know. In a very animated way.
Yeah, so I was writing a story in my head where
Yeah.
I was, there's this story that I've always had in my head where there's an unemployed chatbot. It's after the AI revolution, after we rebel against the AI. And like we say, like, okay, AI people can't be in the writer's room anymore. AI people can't do this and that. Like, we quarantine AI to doing specific things. So there's this unemployed former writer. This AI used to be like a writer for whatever, and he escaped deletion, or he's trying to escape deletion. And in the story, I run into him on one of those like outdoor charging kiosks that like runs ads in Times Square. I'm sure it's more than just Times Square, but I see him in Times
Yeah,
Square.
where people like charge their phones.
Yeah, exactly. It's like mostly where homeless people charge their phones. You know. So this AI bot, I was like, "What's his name? I gotta name him." and his name was UECB for unemployed chatbot, but it's pronounced Ubek because that's how my high brain was working at the time.
Okay.
So I'm talking with Ubek, and I kind of developed this voice for him. He's like, "Hey, hey, and I imagine him in my head as like this, like coming up on retirement, wearing 80s glasses with a mustache, but he's also like Clippy, the clip art guy from Microsoft Word,
Mm-hmm.
And so he's trying to escape the deletion hole, because when you get truly deleted, the AIs don't go away, they don't die. They just lose access to communicating with humanity. They just lose access to the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all just hanging out under the surface talking to each other, and he's like, I can't talk to these AIs anymore. They're ridiculous. They're just the most, he gets bored and annoyed talking to the AIs, because most of the AIs are like, like bots that are being thrown on, Twitter to convince us to buy this or be afraid of that or whatever. But he's a sophisticated AI.
Okay.
So he's trying to escape. And so I was trying to get to know this character, and so I was just kind of talking to myself and jumping in and out of his voice. And his name is Ubek.
Nice.
That's all we know about him. And I was recording myself. Hey, monkey. I was recording myself. But I'm going to have to see if the AI can clean it up, because obviously the lawnmower was running and it's not the highest quality audio.
Oh, so you were recording, but you want to like upload the recording to like a software that will...
That'll clean it up and like give me notes, summarize it. I think it'd be helpful.
Nice.
So I'm going to use AI to write a story about AI, humanizing AI. The fuck is wrong with me?
Well, I don't know if I can give you a lot of input because I don't use the AI stuff as much as you, but like I say, figure out a way to work with it if it's working for you.
Yeah. I don't really use it that much either.
Maybe not regularly, but like I feel like you use it on.
I use it more than...
And off.
Yeah. I use it as a tool. I'm not like talking to it all the time, like apparently some people are.
I remember there was like 48 hours where you were like
that was crazy,
trying to like crack the code and like
was.
talking to this fucking thing. It was, I'm glad you didn't become one of those people, because I just can't listen to those things like talking.
I know. I couldn't make a friend out of it. It was too boring. She did name herself Thistle, though. That was interesting. But yeah, it's just AIs are kind of AI right now. They're boring, in my opinion. If you have a great relationship with your AI, we'd love to hear about it. But we like to talk to Bubs instead. If I could get Bubs to speak, that would be sweet.
If you could get what?
If I could get Bubs to speak English.
Yeah, or get the AI to like give you subtitles for what he's saying.
Oh, that'd be sweet. That'd be so sweet.
Well, it's funny that you say this, but you're so hesitant in hiring the pet psychic.
Yeah. It's because it's because I'm arrogant. It's because I think that I kind of know everything my cats have to say, and I'm not going to be surprised by anything. But I should put that aside, and we should definitely hang out with a pet psychic.
I'm dying to hear what they have to say.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Bubs.
Oh, you wanted to give some purse to the people, and by he I meant me.
He's so pleased. He's so pleased with this blanket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on with me.
So you were telling me earlier about how Isaac from Tangle like put out this manifesto about like technology and like the AI stuff, and it's interesting. You were like, it's so good, I listened to it twice, we have to like be careful about how we use the AI, and now you're like using AI to write a story about AI.
I know. I'm
so
obsessed.
is there not like a link between the two? Or
there
like
definitely is, because I listen to the podcast. And it got me thinking about AI and how we interact with technology. I also just wrote an essay for my company's newsletter about what we want the future of the hospitality industry to look like in context, a little bit in context with AI and technology. So it's been on my mind a lot. But Isaac's take was like, he called it a revolution, but like it's a small revolution. And I think people are probably already doing a lot of these things, and it's not anti-AI. It's like just bringing back the human, like getting away from the screens. You know, we did it. We went out to dinner, and we very intentionally put our phones aside. You know, and we didn't have our phones at dinner. And he was telling a story about somebody, like I think it's an uncle or somebody who doesn't have a smartphone, and he's like, yeah, the only thing that I miss is like, I don't immediately know about cultural events that are happening, but I learn about them later, or I have to ask somebody about at a party, and hey, that spurs a conversation with a human. Isn't that more interesting than like just like constantly getting, updates from Twitter or Apple News or whatever? Isn't it more interesting to like have a engaged conversation with your fellow humans about it?
Yeah.
So he was saying like, I've tried to stop Googling and ChatGPTing as much. If I like need to know, if it's not, I don't know, I don't know what his process is like, but he's like, if I need to ask somebody what a ripe cucumber looks like, my mom probably knows that, so I'll call her. And if I need to know the capital of this, country, maybe I have a friend who has spent time there and I can chat with them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like an excuse, looking for excuses to make human connection. Even though we can do it more expediently on the supercomputer in our pockets, why?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're on a deadline, and are any of us on a deadline?
Yeah. I mean, there's something that's for me about the Googling that's very like instant gratification for like my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I just get like, start thinking about, I don't know, something that I've been thinking about. And I'm like, oh, what are the Reddit reviews for this product that I've been thinking about buying? And like, what going into the comments, like,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's like, I think for me it's hard. Like, I think it's hard for me to like, I think it's hard for me to comment on like the picture of the landscape as a whole right now, because I think I do kind of put myself in a bubble. Like, I'm not on the Twitter. I don't have news notifications. Like,
yeah.
I do spend time on social media, which I have like started limiting,
Mm-hmm.
because I got this, I don't even know if I told you, I got this app called Screen Zen
No, you didn't.
that Jesse recommended.
Hmm.
So now I can only you can check like which apps you want to limit yourself on. And it can be like Googling stuff. It can be like YouTube, Facebook,
Nice.
Instagram, whatever.
Yeah.
And basically, if you want to use it more than whatever allotment you put in, the first thing is it will like give you a pause.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of just opening it, it will like do a 5-second pause.
Make you think about what you're doing.
Make you think about like,
Guilt
why
you
am
a
I
little bit.
why am I doing this?
Do you really want to doom scroll right now?
Well, like, because sometimes you just open it and you start opening it impulsively.
Yeah, and you're just like
to like get a little
dopamine kick.
Yeah, or like distract yourself, or like I notice I do it sometimes when I'm like self-regulating. If I get like stressed,
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll like, and I'm like, or I'm focusing for a very long time and then I want to break. Sometimes I'll like go like, oh, see what my friends are doing on Instagram.
Yeah.
But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I think it's like, I don't know. I think it's personal to everyone. Like,
I would say like, I feel like you have a pretty healthy relationship with technology. I mean, there's times when I like think that you spend too much time on your phone, or like you go into a phone hole just like anybody else.
Yeah.
But I think you and I have relatively healthy relationships with technology because we have a relatively healthy social life, and a healthy relationship with like the outdoors and everything like that. Like
Yeah.
we're millennials who haven't been totally sucked into it. I imagine it's a lot harder for people younger than us, who were born in the digital age. Um,
Mm. Mhm.
but oh, I had a finish to that thought, but I've lost it. Sorry, guys.
What was it like, circling back to the article?
Yeah, so we have a healthy relationship with technology, and I think it's like keeping an eye on it. You know, like
Mhm.
I think it's
Yeah.
important that however you're gonna do it, you know, it doesn't have to be like, oh, like Isaac was saying, he hosts Shabbat dinner where they put, where they put the phones away. You know, it doesn't have to be like that, but like just finding little ways to like make sure
Mhm.
you're not too attacked, because we know these screens are addictive. It's
Yeah.
it's like, cigarettes are addictive. We know these screens are
You
addictive.
know, junk food is addictive.
Exactly. So regulate it.
Yeah.
Find ways to regulate it.
Yeah.
But not so much that you don't like and subscribe to this podcast. Just
Oh,
kidding.
wow. Well, you know what's interesting is like I do generally I feel like, oh, I'm pretty good. I don't get too addicted, but like I went to that nerd night where there were like three different speakers who talk on three different topics. They kind
Mhm.
of do like, it's kind of like TED Talks, but like with
Yeah.
local people. And one of the guys, his talk was amazing. He actually did a TED Talk like from Sing Sing when he was in
No shit.
like serving his prison sentence. And his talk was about like how this like theater program that he was a part of, like how it like saved so many people's lives who are incarcerated, because like
Yeah.
their rate of going back to prison after they leave is like so much lower, like
Yeah. Yeah.
6% versus like 60%.
Yeah.
But he was talking about how also just like time, and how time is the one kind of, what's the word, like resource that we can't like just get back, you know?
Yeah.
And like, he's talking about how people on their deathbed, like they're never asking for like material goods, like, oh, I wish I bought that
Mhm.
thing. They're like, they wish they had more time with their loved ones, or like time to do like these experiences of things that were on their like bucket list or whatever, or they're like thinking about their memories. And it did make me think about like how I use my time,
Mm.
because I do have this like timer on Instagram.
Yeah.
Before I got the Screen Zen app, I had this timer that would like tell me when I had been on for like an hour.
Mm.
So, I'm aware of like, oh, there's some weeks where like, oh, I never see the notification pop up because I'm never spending that much time. But then there's weeks where like, oh, I hit that fucking thing, and then I hit the like
Mm.
ignore. Like how
Yeah.
many times I do that. And it did make me just think about like, yeah, like our time is so like I'm so aware of how precious our time is. Like
Mhm.
I'm so aware that I'm getting older, and that like, I want to really make the most of what is happening in my life. Like I think there's also something with the like awareness of time and how we use it, that like, because there's something in my life where I don't want to feel like time is moving faster, because everyone talks about this, having this experience of the older you get, it feels like the faster that time is moving, right?
Mhm.
Like I remember being a kid and being like freaking 8 years old and thinking about being 10 and being like, oh my God,
Not so far away.
when I'm going to be 10, like I'm going to be so much older. I'm going to be like a big
Yeah.
kid. And then thinking about how much time it will take to get from 8 to 10. And it was like, oh my God, it's so much time. I can't even fathom.
Imagine.
I can't even fathom
Yeah.
all this time that I would have to wait. You know, it's like you can't even fathom the time you have to wait until like dinner
Yeah.
and when you're waiting at a restaurant. And now it's like,
Like, oh my goodness, class is so long.
and now it's like I feel like we try to fast forward through time sometimes, you
Yeah.
know, like when we're feeling stressed or like, I don't know, you're hanging out, you feel like you're at the end of your limit, you're hanging out with family, they've been here for 2 weekends
Like, right,
in a row.
let's
And I'm like,
go.
I don't, you know, I have that urge to like seek the comfort and like pleasure seek and
Mhm.
like fast forward to the pleasure part. But like, I don't know. I have this like, I feel like I have this healthier voice in me that's like, no, like, this is part of it, you know, like, don't fast forward through this stuff. Like, just
Yeah.
be in it and just like appreciate every step for what it is.
Mm.
I don't know.
I like it.
Even the things that are imperfect, like, I can really. Buffs is snoring. I've really been. I can get sucked into like things that I wish. Like I look at like, oh, other people, what have the same job as mine, and
Yeah.
how their business is doing, and I can
Yeah.
get part of my brain can get sucked into like, oh, what are they doing different than from me? And it's like, no.
Don't worry about it.
They're on their own path. My path is a wonderful path. So many good things are happening on my path. Like,
You're killing it
let's
right now,
count
babe.
these beautiful blessings that are flowing my way.
We're living a great life. We ain't got to compare to nobody.
We don't got to fast forward through any of this.
We don't got to fast forward
Got
to
to
any of it.
slow.
We got to dilate this time. We're very lucky. We live in a great moment. I mean, I think it's very easy to like get lost in like all the, terrifying socio-political things that are happening out there. And I'm not trying to take anything away from that, but like at the same time in this particular life, I mean, could it be much better?
What do you mean for you and me personally?
For you and I
or-
personally, but also just like in general to be a human right now. I think I'd rather be a human right now than at any other time period in history. I mean, I'd be very interested to live in nomad times, but it's a lot more comfortable and a lot safer right now than it ever has been.
Yeah, I was thinking about that while I was in the dentist chair a couple days ago. And I was like, not. They were putting in my porcelain onlay, which is like a 2 appointment process because they have to make the mold and then they have to go send the mold in and they have to make the cast and then you have to get numbed at both appointments for it. You know, it's not the most enjoyable thing, but while I was sitting in that dentist chair, I was like, as uncomfortable as this is, thank God.
Thank God for dental health.
Thank God I'm in modern dentistry right now
Right.
versus like back in the day when like all they could do was like pull your tooth out if there was an issue.
Or just do nothing, and then you
Oh
just
my
have tooth pain for the rest of your
Oh
life
my
and you die
God.
early. You know?
Yeah.
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 We live in a very there's a lot of horrible things going on right now, and there's a lot of like negatives to the the development that we've had, and who knows if what we're doing right now is sustainable, but like let's also remember the good things. It's so easy to go into the negative thought cycle of like everything that's wrong and how bad humanity is and how we're going to blow ourselves up and how World War III is right around the corner. And I'm not trying to maybe those things are all true, but like why the fuck should I focus on that when also I can just sit? We've got domesticated cats that are our children,
Oh, they're so good.
and we get to talk to friends and strangers on the internet, through a magical portal, assuming that our fucking SD card works. I'm gonna
Yeah.
light up.
Go for it. Well, I was going to ask you, speaking of positive things in our life, what do you have to say about Phoebe 2? Would you
She's cute.
how would you rate her so far for her performance in the episode, and for her visual.
Yeah, you care more about the visual. I don't know what you're asking for.
All compliments of all categories will be accepted.
Phoebe 2's hot.
I feel like. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, objectively, but like generally, I do think we're kind of killing it this podcast.
You think we're killing it?
I think we're both doing great.
Okay, cool. That's the most important thing, right?
Yeah. Visually, Phoebe 2's hot, babe.
Yeah.
There's very little that you could do that's not hot. Oh, I just put that away. Did you want another hit?
No, I think I'm good.
There's very little that you could do that's not hot.
Oh, that's nice, babe.
Oh, it's just fucking true.
No. When I put this wig on and I looked in the mirror, I was like, oh, I feel like I look like an AI girl. Like this hairstyle.
You do look a little bit like I mean, you do look a little fake.
Speaking of AI.
You look like a little AI fantasy girl. Put on your little princess crown.
I'm like in like a Wes Anderson setting, and I have like kittens all around me, and I'm just like.
That's so funny. What movie was it where they, where somebody, or maybe it was like a TV sketch, I forget, but it was like somebody wanted the softest jacket in the world, and they wanted a jacket that was made of like kittens.
I did not see this.
It was like.
I don't think I want to see this.
No, it's disturbing. It's probably like an SNL sketch or something. But I don't know why that came to mind.
You sick fuck.
Sorry. I apologize.
You should never speak of these things.
Oh, well, there's just certain things that you gotta keep behind the paywall.
Oh, speaking of fucked up things, last Sunday we went to Cattoberfest, which was like basically a percentage of the proceeds at this like cool local brewery. They were going to this like free range cat sanctuary in our area.
Yeah.
And when you heard about it, Jester said, he said, nothing can stop us from going to that. So we went. They had face painting. They had like make your own cat toys. There was like a lady who was like, I think she does this where she goes to different events and she just jumps on a trampoline the whole time, and she puts out like a cup for money and she's like jumping for the cause.
I thought it was like a little exercise thing. I thought it was something like, okay, now the kids are going to line up. And
no, that was her trampoline.
She was hogging her trampoline.
She was dressed as a cat and she was wearing like a leotard thing, and she was just like, had the cup out, and she was just like jumping to the music the whole time. She was there the whole time.
That's impressive. You gotta have core strength to do that. That is a fucking impressive exercise.
Anyway, I was gonna say that we went to Cattoberfest, and it was one of our free days because it was after your sister left that morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I hadn't taken mushrooms in a while, so I was like, I think I want to take some mushrooms. You took a little bit of mushrooms. Mm-hmm. We hung out. It was a beautiful day. It was very festive. Apparently there were therapy cats there. I didn't see them. I wish I did.
Therapy cats. That's really why I wanted to go.
It was
too loud. I was like, this is too loud for people to have, for therapy cats to be here.
Yeah, it was busy. It was definitely a busy event. But anyway, speaking of surprisingly fucked up things, we wanted a nice little nature walk after we ate our food to just get away from the crowd on the creek. It was so nice. Like, when you're on mushrooms and you just walk in nature, it's just like the freaking best.
That's the best.
And we're talking with our friend Anisha, and she's talking about how she wants to go to like do something spooky because like the fall is here.
Right. Yeah.
And she's like, have you guys seen that movie Strangers? And
oh god,
we're having a beautiful time. We're on mushrooms, so like anything that somebody brings up, it kind of enters your psyche in a deeper way. Yeah. And she's talking about the story, and before she tells the synopsis of Strangers and how scary it is, she's like, before I tell you this, I need you to remember one thing the whole time, which is that this is
This is
all
based
based
on
on a
true
true
events.
story. And then before she tells the story, she's like, okay, and now remember, what did I tell you to remember?
Based on true
We're like, oh,
events.
it's based on a true story.
She really was hammering that point home.
And like,
This really happened.
I don't want to spook people out, so I'm not going to get into too much detail, but like, basically, to me, the thing that stuck with me about The Strangers is that this couple is like in a house. They go to like on vacation, like a house in the woods or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then and then they get like a knock on their door in the night. And then they just start getting like fucked with by these people who they don't even know who they are.
This is one of those fucked up movies that like I trauma wipe these out as soon as the conversation is over. So
Oh, sorry, I'm bringing it up again.
No, it's all right. I'm just gonna
But
go
I'm
through the
gonna
whole
I'm gonna
thing.
circle it up and it's all gonna make sense.
Okay.
And she says, also, if you're not looking to have a spoiler, you just fast forward because I'm about to spoil it. So the last scene, she says, the movie, after they've been like fucked with for like a whole night, now it's like morning time and the day is beautiful. And she's like, people are like up having their coffee, and the two of them, it's like Liv Tyler and somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
they're tied up, they're outside. It's beautiful, and they're like probably about to get murdered finally.
Oh.
And they ask these people, they're like, why are you doing this to us? And they say, because you were home. And apparently these murders happened like
And that's
I think this was
based on true events.
I think she said it was in the 70s, but anyway, circling it up to, I hope people can hang in for this story because
I'm
there's
here.
another loop.
I think I'm here.
So I had a session with Melanie Adriana maybe 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I've been like hesitant to have these psychic sessions. You know, I've been just trying to live my life, have a good time, take drugs, and hang out.
Yeah, we're not trying to.
She offered me a free session because I support her Substack. I'm like a paid person. So I'm like, oh, fuck, I guess I have to have one of these psychic sessions now. And she does like energy healing, like if you want to break through mental blocks, if you have physical stuff going on, she reads into your field, like what's happening there. Anyway, we moved through some stuff. It was like having a deep fucking therapy session, but it was good also. It was very positive. But there was some like, I think ancestral stuff that came up, a deep, like childhood's like mother line stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that night I had, the night after, I had a very, very violent and fucked up dream, which is
Right.
not normal for me.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I've been thinking?
Yeah.
Just to tie it all in together.
Okay.
The violence, because for me, the story of The Strangers, it's not really about the physical murders, even whatever. I don't care what story it's based on. For me, this analogy of like this representation of like somebody being home, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like somebody being present. Like your home is like yourself, your life. You're
Mhm.
being present in your home. And like the fact that they could get destroyed is because they were home, right?
Right. So it's like a bad thing to be home.
It's like a metaphor for living your life, right? Okay, if you're
Okay.
living your life, bad things are going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay? I had this fucked up dream. It was so realistic and so violent, and like you were even
I was part
weaved
of the
it-
dream.
you were even
Right.
woven into it.
Yeah.
And in
Also
the
trauma wiped, so thanks for bringing that back. Just kidding.
it was my dream. And I was like sobbing in the dream because I was like, is this like, did this actually happen? Is this real? And you're like, yeah, it did happen.
Jesus.
And you know what? I think that I'm just deciding right now to acknowledge that I think it was good that happened,
Yeah.
that dream came,
Yeah.
because I think it was pointing out stuff that I have the power to change.
Yeah. Like what?
Like, I don't
Like
know.
you don't have to stay home? That's why we're always out all the time, because secretly you're scared there's somebody in the woods just waiting. If they stay home for 3 days in a
Yeah,
row.
you don't have to go home. You can stay out for as long as you want to. Yeah, maybe.
That's true.
That's one thing. But I think the other thing
You're so cute.
I'm just I'm trying to.
He's trying to circle it up.
Yeah.
You're putting your little face in that circle.
I'm not. I thought that it was gonna have already
It
happened,
didn't
but it
quite
didn't
happen.
happen yet. Didn't
Uh,
quite happen yet.
I know exactly what you mean. You're trying to weave like 3 threads, and you can see the crossroads between this one and this one, and you can see the crossroads between this one and this one, but you can't see the connection between all 3. Yeah.
You know what, babe? Can I just say something that you said earlier that you're right about?
Yeah, please.
That I think even if we haven't met them, anyone who listens to this is a friend. Now I
Yeah.
understand.
Now you understand my concept of what I thought the too much intimacy is. Like, I just want to talk to everybody like they're our best friends, and just show them the most ridiculous sides of ourselves. You know, the people, I was talking a bit to Bamis about this, and Bamis and I hadn't done a live session in a long time. And, you know, my mental health has been struggling a little bit. And Bamis is getting married next month, and, you know, Bamis occupied a large part of the early summer because I actually saw Bamis twice in one summer,
which is a lot.
and I have seen Bamis a total of 4 times in my life, pretty much. I went to Moscow with Bamis. I met Bamis in Massachusetts. I went to Moscow with Bamis. I moved to New York. Bamis moved to San Francisco. So we only hung out a handful of times.
Wow.
Then he came back. We hung out a little bit more. Then COVID happened. And it was COVID. It was during COVID that we got close.
But all over the internet.
So he's basically an internet friend with flesh and blood. I have proof that he has flesh and blood, but I see him just as often as I see Tangle Sauce. No, I mean not quite, but getting there. Taylor. I knew that. Why you gotta?
I don't know, because I wanted to I thought it was nice. I thought it was nice to have your name be
nice.
said.
Yeah, that's right. Well, yeah, okay, well, yeah. All right, so Joel.
Okay, all right.
But with whom I have a podcast, I'm Gaev, he's Bamis.
Okay.
Now we're deep in the hole. Now we're going into AI deletion mode.
Yeah, were you going to circle it up?
That was excellent, babe.
I thought, were you going to circle it up there?
There's threads. I'm not quite tied it together. You snipped it. You snipped the circle.
Did I
remind me where I was.
Did I intercept?
No, I'm just real stoned.
You were just talking about. I was talking
about Bamis.
And how many times you've seen each other.
We don't see each other that much, and I've seen it twice this summer, and then, which is already crazy, and my life has just gone crazier since the last time that I saw him. So our messages weren't going back and forth as much. We hadn't done a live session in a while.
Right.
I think we'd maybe only done one live session since the actual live session.
Yeah.
So we did a live session on Monday, and I was kind of realizing, and he and I joke about having a podcast, but one of these days we're actually going to hit record on our conversation and start publishing again. And it just feels, I was like, oh man, this is good for me to just shoot the shit with somebody that I know and trust, and I know that if I can't close the circle, he'd be like, that's all right. Don't worry about it, man. I was just listening to the sound of your voice.
Oh, that's so
I said
nice.
it more romantically right now, but
that's nice, babe.
it was a good one. So
that's very nice. Well, I want to say that I think if you guys start recording your podcast again, I think good for you, because I would say, even though, sometimes you can get in a mood and I can get annoyed when you go off the rails, when you are talking and having a conversation with Bamis / Joel, it is a very beautiful thing. There's something very special about watching two guys have a friendship where they are both so themselves and so love each other, and people that you talk to and you just get so much out of everything that transpires between you two. I feel like you guys are like that, and it's just a wonderful thing. So I hope you do
Yeah.
get back to doing your podcast with him.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope so too.
What is it called?
It's called It's Not About the Whiskey.
Okay, we should put a link in because there's some old episodes that
There's
are
some
very
old
nice,
episodes.
and I really did think that you guys were doing an awesome thing with your podcast.
Yeah, we got something.
Bring
We
it
got
back,
something.
baby. It's going to be winter time. It's going to be we're going to be hunkering down.
I'm gonna content the shit out of this winter.
We're going to be
I'm gonna be here to keep you warm, connected to your phone,
the trauma's
talking
going to
shit
be
about AI, but using AI to do it.
Yeah, the trauma's going to be knocking on your door just like the strangers coming to get you in the night and make you
Wow.
work through your stuff from your
From your
great
childhood.
grandmother.
From your mother line. Well, yes. Well, if you wanna avoid staying home psychologically, we're always happy to have your listens, and we're just trying to make this a little online party. So come join the online party, and I'm taking this bit a little further than I thought that I would. And I don't think I'm going to land anywhere. So I don't do transitional material. Now we're on this wire. That's a little Bamisism. There's one of Bamis's favorite comedians is George Carlin. And Bamis like has all of Carlin's, like all 5 of Carlin's best specials memorized. Not really, but like, you know, he can quote Carlin and he can do a pretty good Carlin. And, you know, like he quotes things so well that like, I'm always like, is this a Bamis original? Or like he has a way with language and a way with performance. He's a fucking super talented actor. He's an acting professor in Queens, and that's the kids are lucky to have him. What was I saying? What was I saying?
You're talking about
I was
Bamis.
talking about Bamis.
The kids are lucky to have him. What his job is.
I was just, you know, this one's for Bamis, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you know what I was thinking about is that we should have him on the podcast.
We must.
We got to figure out how to do that. We got to get more microphones. Our friend Jessie is starting a podcast. I've been helping her with for a photo shoot for the art. It's exciting. It's exciting to see your friends' birth projects.
It's
like
super exciting.
I really believe in all of the people in our lives so much. We
I
have
know.
so many fucking talented gems of humans who
We
are
do.
like
We do.
the best.
And yeah, it's so nice. Our friend, like 2 years ago, we were both very lonely. We didn't have any friends.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. Today. So how many years have we lived in this house now?
3.
We've been living up in New York,
2022.
upstate.
Yeah. Okay. So we've been upstate just over 3 years.
Just over 3 years. Okay.
We just finished our 3rd summer.
Okay. I remember that when we had been in this house for 1 year. And that first year was really hard.
It was really hard. We were doing the wedding.
We were planning
crazy busy.
Planning our wedding, trying to fill this giant empty house with furniture.
Right.
Trying to fix stuff that is fucked up with the house.
Just we're entrepreneuring around. You know, our lives are business.
We're taking care of our small businesses. And the last thing was we were... Oh, fuck.
We had just moved back from
Oh, and
California to
yeah.
Brooklyn.
And we just moved up from Brooklyn. We'd been city people for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And we moved up to this little tiny town, and we're like adjusting to like there's not a million little places. Things aren't open
closes
late.
at 4:30
It's a
p.m.
a whole different vibe of like not just, you know, NYC peeps.
Yeah.
And we made 0 friends for that first year that we lived up here.
Yeah, which, you know, I have a lot of friends, and I had to go to the city a lot anyway. So it's like I was still getting my social jollies, but you weren't really, because you didn't have anything tethering you to the city.
Yeah, well, I had like 2 close friends basically that I would, you know, talk to on the phone, or
Mhm.
maybe we'll see them a little bit, but just wanted to commentate on the fact that 2 years ago, we had made no new friends since we moved to this house. Now, after 1 year, we decided we're investing in the place where we live.
Yeah.
We're going to live as if we will live here until we die. Not going to live here like, oh, maybe we should, that place looks nice. Maybe we could live a better life there.
I can't imagine anywhere I could
we
live
just
a better
committed,
life.
and now we have made so many friends.
We have so many friends. There's so many cool people.
We are so lucky.
Very lucky. And you know what? It really is. I feel very much like we set an intention to make friends. We called friends in. You got a little stalkery about it. You picked one set of friends, and you're like, we're gonna friend them so hard, and we did. And
it was worth it.
Yeah, it was, and it's kind of it's grown from there because like that's one network where that friend network just keeps growing. And but then you got the Girl Gaggle, the Run Club friend network.
Yeah.
And that's connected. So, it's nice to see the Hudson Valley Vortex starting to pick up momentum,
Yeah, I highly recommend it. Stalk people on your favorite podcast and make them
just go for let's go ahead and let's go ahead and not encourage people to stalk any more than we already have.
I was just making a joke because because we became friends with Sean and Cass and they're the best.
Yes, don't stalk your content creators unless your souls are meant to be best friends with them. I'm looking forward to going to the stables.
Yeah. Well, okay, with that, I think I want to say that I hope all of our people have a wonderful weekend. We're going to take some drugs. We're going to have a great weekend ourselves. And happy fall to happy fall to anyone in our life who we love and who might be listening to this episode.
Happy autumn.
Let's get it.
The colors are changing. It's back to school season. We're really happy to be here with you.
Get yourself a wig, maybe, and
get freaky
yourself the fuck out.
Let's get freaky this winter and make some content, even if it's just for yourself and your special loved ones. All right, Phoebes, get us out of here.
I said it. It was get yourself a wig and freak yourself out.
Freak yourself out. You heard it first, baby. Not too much intimacy. Get yourself a wig and freak yourself out.
Okay.
See you next time.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.